Hi. Hey, what did you do? I have a question for you. What did you do in your younger years? Maybe you still carry guilt and shame about. Could be something when you were a little kid, middle school, high school, early 20s. What do you still carry guilt and shame about from those years? Serious question. So here's mine. Well, I rephrase that. I do not carry guilt and shame about what I did back then. One of the things I did, and I wrote a post about this where you can read more, and there's more about this in my book, From Worn Out to Worthy, that pink thing back there. Yeah, right there. I shoplifted. I was in high school and I shoplifted and I got caught. I got caught, and as you would expect, I felt ashamed, embarrassed, humiliated. They called my parents because I was underage. I got caught by the store um, officer, so not an actual police officer, so there was no charges or anything. They certainly threatened to do that. So my parents came, they were embarrassed and angry. Their anger and embarrassment was kind of taken out on me. You know, you can kind of understand that from a perspective, but that just made me feel even worse, right? So I felt horrible. I remember. Don't remember the actual shoplifting itself, although a little bit. I don't remember at all being caught and what that was like. I remember being in the car after my parents came to get me. And I was just crying and sobbing. I just felt terrible. And then, got the standard. They turned around and they said, if you don't stop crying, I'll give you something to cry about. And they did that out of their own embarrassment and their own anger and their own frustration or whatever it was they were feeling. That was theirs. It wasn't mine to take. It took me years to learn that, years and years and years to learn that. So here's what I've learned. One, I'm not going to take anything personally anymore. My parents' reaction at that time, that's their reaction. Legit reaction. Can't say I would have reacted any different in that position. I would like to think I would react a little bit differently, but in those moments, I don't know. Yet at the same time, their reaction is their reaction. It's not about me. It's really not about me or what I did. It's their reaction. Theirs. They own it. I don't own it. I had to learn that, though. I had to go through lots of years, lots of help to learn that. To not take it personally, not take it on myself. And I'm a sensitive, intuitive person. So I did take it on for a long, long, long time. And all that did was tell me that I'm not enough and I'm the problem and there's something wrong with me and those kinds of things. But I'm past that now. I've done my healing journey. And so what else did I learn from that? Because this is the important thing. You're going to do stuff. You're going to do stuff when you look in the rearview mirror. You're going to say, whoa, that was not something I wish I had done differently. I wish I had done that differently. You're going to. We're human. We're going to. Particularly in those, if you got stuff from your earlier years when you thought you knew everything. I don't know about you, but in my teens and 20s, I thought I knew everything. I know now, I'm way past that now. I'm in my 60s. I realize how little I actually know about much of anything. And that helps put perspective on things. Perspective is so important. I was a teen. I didn't know a whole lot. I was hormonal, like every teen is, and so I made some poor decisions. I'm not going to hold that against myself now. That's what I did back then. I don't do that now. That's not who I am. It's not a who I am. That was an event. It was simply an event. Nothing more than an event. It's a thing that happened. It did happen. I feel no guilt and shame about it. Not anymore. And that healing work takes a long time unless you have someone really skilled helping you who's been there, done that, has the step-by-step program to help you get through it and help you understand that these events are not who you are. What someone else thinks of you, what my parents thought of me in those moments is not who I am. It's not about any of that. It was an event, a thing that did happen. I own it. I did it. No shame. No shame, no guilt. It's done. It says nothing about me other than I did a lot of things. I want you to learn that too. That those things have nothing to say about who you are. You can let go of that guilt and shame. It was a certain event in certain circumstances in a certain context. It's not like there's a piece of you that does crazy stuff. I mean, okay, there could be. There might be a piece of me that does crazy stuff, but it's not that kind of stuff. Not anymore. Not anymore. And those are reasons to work with me. Those are reasons why I want to work with you. Because I know what it's like to not hold on to that shame and guilt anymore. I know what it's like to feel emotionally free and not be under the grip of guilt and shame, of things I can't go back and change. I can't go back and change that I shoplifted. I can't go back and change what I thought of myself then. I can't go back and change how my parents reacted. I don't have any control over that. But what I do have control over is how I see the event now, and that I'm not comparing it to who I am. It's not who I am. And the morals and values, the way I live life now, entirely different. I am not that same person at all. So I'm not holding myself to any of that. I'm simply accepting, yeah, that happened. Yes, I did it. I got a story out of it. Got to share a story. And that's all it is. And I want more for you too. Reach out. I would love to share more with you about my step-by-step healing method that I developed absolutely out of everything that I've been through and have healed from and have learned from others and have Christ has given me. It's worth it. You're worth it. Blessings to you. Bye-bye.